Hello, it's Luke here from Proactive, the simple, user-friendly risk management solution. And today we're going to be looking and doing a demonstration of the global version of the app. So it's a really exciting and really simple to use tool that allows organizations to set up very quickly and be able to get their coaches, users, volunteers in a position to be able to report in any instances, any pre-session checks that are required in order to manage the risk across that organization. When you log in, the first thing you're always going to see is a dashboard, which is our traffic light system, and it's broken down into the modules that are available to you as an organization. Here we've got all the modules, so we've got instances, concussions, hazards, pre-session checks, and flag it. And each of those is then broken down into reports that have an action required and reports that are being completed but are there so that people can go back and look over them if required. However, before we get started and see how simple it is to submit a report, just a few things to take into account. First thing is setting up the company. This is a great place to put in information about the organization that is available to all users. You might have a medical emergency action plan that you want to put in there. And that's a great way of just having that extra information at hand. Most users will be using this on the mobile version, so on their phone in their pocket, so you can take this and they'll know that they've got that information wherever they're going. They might be going on a school trip and they want the itinerary. You can load that up. Another fantastic example. We're then going to create groups within the organization. If that was a sports team, it might be teams. If it's school, it might be classes. Here we're pretending it's a tennis club, so we've got a tennis coaching group. You can add as many groups as you like, and the same for users. So when you head over to users, you can see we've got a user there. And when we're adding more users, we can put in their name, first name, last name, email, and then the level at which they can access the app for that organization. So there are a handful of people watching this probably will be the company admins who will set it up. Most people will be at the coach level, and that really just means that they have the ability to create reports and instances for the groups that they're associated with. So once the organization has been set up, then we can just quickly look at how easy it is to create a report on an incident. We're going to run through here by submitting a report. We're going to pick a pre-session check, a nice easy one. Imagine it's before, in this case, a tennis coaching session. Just a simple series of forms to fill out. This particular report shouldn't take more than a couple of minutes. And then there's a series of questions. So in this case, has there been significant change since the last session? Well, actually, yes, the courts have been painted. The facility has been checked. It's safe to use still. And then we can go through and follow up on all these questions and put as much information in as required. It's just a good sense check to make sure that before sessions are running or events are running, we've been through that. Whoever's creating the instant report or pre-session check in this case can sign it. There's a button here that allows you that follow-up should be required. So you can add that in there, and then we can save and submit that. And we'll go back to our dashboard and refresh. We can see under pre-session checks, there's a new one that's arrived. We can pop in there. And then we can just check, that's right, that's the one we've just created, no problem at all. If there had been action required, it would have sat here under action required, and that would have reminded us to go back as an organization and make sure that was followed up on. And certainly in the case of if there was a hazard found or an incident with an individual, that certainly might have an action that needed following up. And it's just a great way to come in every time that people log in, particularly the club admins that have set it up and have access to all the reports, just to see how everything is, make sure everything's been followed up and that risk management being handled as professionally as possible. I hope that's been useful, and I look forward to you watching the following videos and how to get a little bit deeper into creating reports and then looking at some of the statistics that can come out of that.